Hi, I'm Julia. Welcome to Julia Lives. Today I'm going to give you a full tour of the LOEWS O'Hare Airport located in Rosemont, Illinois. I paid $444.95 for a deluxe king room. You can see the shuttles right there that will take you to the airport if you don't have a car with you. That's one of the restaurants that is on site. There are 3 restaurants plus a Starbucks available to you right on the property. Now, I wanted to give you a close-up of this wall, this green wall. I think it's really cool, but when you get really close to it, it's like shag carpet. So I thought that was kind of fun. But anyway, back to the pricing. Now, that also includes parking, which I did do overnight parking. LOEWS also offers a park and fly package. So you can leave your car there for up to a week. I also had a $12 credit to the Ashburn restaurant that's on site. So here you'll see the front desk. When I got there, when I arrived, the entire lobby was packed with people. I did not photograph them because some of them looked like they were on their last legs, like they looked exhausted. So I asked the front desk clerk when I checked in what was going on there, and she said that was not normal, that they don't typically have every seat taken in the lobby. Apparently there was some type of event and people tried to check in early and the rooms weren't available. I don't know, but in any event, this is what the lobby looked like the next day. So it's not always like that. And I did notice though, the front desk does stay fairly busy. So an early check-in, at least when I was there, was not going to be available. They do have that large screen TV. This is a business center. It's also a flight center if you need to do something with your flight. Here's part of the line, but again, people are lined up pretty well back too, just waiting. There's a little store that also has a Starbucks inside. But again, I didn't have a credit to that restaurant or that Starbucks, so I just went to the main restaurant. You'll find complimentary lemonade available, and there are several areas throughout the property where you could be seating. So when I photographed this, the lobby was packed. People could have moved back here. I'm not sure why they did not. However, there was plenty of seating, and there were people scattered here and there throughout the property as I walked through it. But again, that's just another little seating area that's available if you need to wait for some reason. This was from the morning after I checked in, and I noticed a few people left drinks around, and the hotel staff must not have gone through this area yet and found that. I wish people wouldn't do things like that, but they do. Now, this is the restaurant where I had the $12 credit. I also will list the menu here. I actually ended up getting a bottle of Fiji water to go here. It was $8. That was close enough to the credit. I just didn't feel like eating and sitting down in the restaurant at that time. You'll also find those $8 bottles of water available in your room. So if you do have the credit, you might as well go to the restaurant and get a cold one and not have to pay for it in the room, if you'd prefer. This hallway leads you to the back entrance of another restaurant. So it's kind of well kept secret here because the entrance is really on the outside. Now this is just the elevator bank to take you upstairs. You'll find that there are 12 floors at the LOEWS, and I had room 1111, which I'll show you in just a moment here. The room was well maintained and it was truly immaculate. The remote also actually worked, which was a nice surprise. So this is just one hanging area at the end of the room tour. I'll show you the full closet. But I thought there was plenty of areas to put your things, especially if you have a king room. There's probably only going to be 2 of you in it anyway. So you'll see that there's a nice little desk area in case you have to work. Now the hotel itself is about a 6-minute drive from the airport. I saw something that indicated it was near downtown. It's a 45-minute drive from Michigan Avenue, and I know because I drove it. So I would not say that that's close to Michigan Avenue. It's definitely an airport hotel. You'll see the view here, and during some of the footage, there may have been planes flying overhead, but I probably muted those. So there's definitely quite a bit of air traffic around the hotel because it is so close to the airport. The room has a nice view, and the room does have in-room coffee. We passed by it just a moment ago. I stayed at the Westin on Michigan Avenue the day before this. There was no in-room coffee. That was shocking, especially too because things in that area don't open as early. So again, you're approaching the desk with the $8 bottles of water there, and you'll find the complimentary refrigerator. It's empty, so you don't have to worry about somebody getting into water or snacks and charging up a bill there. Of course, just down the desk, you'll see that's the in-room coffee. So, and that seemed to work just fine. I used it and had no problems with using the coffee pot there. This is the bathroom door. It is one of those barn door styles where it slides across, but it is really close to the carpet, so it's not like there's a big gap under the door like you see in some hotels. There's quite a spacious bathroom here, so you'll see kind of a bench. I'm not quite sure why that's there. I mean, I guess if you wanted to sit down for some reason. I personally would not sit down on a bench in a hotel bathroom, but that's just me. So you'll see the complimentary toiletries that are provided, including a shower cap, and the shower was fine. Again, there's no door on the front of it, but I didn't find that had any issues with water splashing out onto the floor. It just gives sort of that modern touch. And lastly, you'll find the main closet that is complete with complimentary robes during your stay. So it's pretty decent size if you're just staying a couple of nights here while you're planning to leave town. The gym was well appointed, and I didn't find it to be too busy. There are 2 Peloton bikes. Has anyone else noticed that Pelotons are becoming more and more popular? I'm finding them, it seems like every time I stay in a hotel, they have at least 2 or 3 Pelotons available for those of you who are diehards with that. But again, they had plenty of treadmills. They were in good condition. There's a weight rack and a couple of benches too that you can use along with this additional equipment. I also feel like TRXs are more common too in hotel gyms. And of course they had foam rollers available. I always bring my own, but it's nice to see that they do have those available for your stretching needs. I always appreciate it when you hit that like button. It does something to the YouTube algorithm so that more people will see these reviews. The Lowe's is just 1 block away from the fashion outlets of Chicago, so you can walk. You can park your car and just walk over there. It is a little bit of a tricky entrance just because there's a huge parking structure that everyone parks in, so there isn't a sidewalk that goes all the way down, so you'll have to watch out for that. But the outlet mall also has a 7-Eleven if you do want to get some snacks and you don't want to go to the convenience store in the hotel. But I thought it was a great location. I'm going to show you lastly here the parking. You'll drive the car down this street that's right in front of the hotel. It's just part of the driveway, really, of the hotel to do the self-parking. I believe guest parking starts on level 3. I ended up parking on level 6 because that was the soonest level that I could find a spot. And so the parking is just a typical parking garage, but you'll want to pay attention to where you leave the car. At the end here in just a moment, I'll show you. I took a picture of the spot that I was in because it's quite a massive structure. This is the bank of elevators located in the lobby. So once you park the car, you'll get into an elevator and take the elevator back into the hotel. So that was pretty straightforward too. You'll see there are 11 floors up into the garage. This was a spot that I chose 653. I noticed the cars were still there when I left, but again, I would make sure I took a picture of where I was parking, especially if you're going to do the park and fly option.